Your soulmate just had a breakdown after learning what you went through alone. Jesus says you need to stop what you are doing right now. This is not a coincidence that you are hearing these words. What is about to be revealed will change everything you believed about your silence. Your soulmate just saw something that shattered them completely. They witnessed the truth of what you endured in the lonely seasons. And the breakdown that followed has awakened something irreversible in their spirit. They are sitting somewhere right now with tears they cannot explain. Their chest feels heavy with a grief that does not belong to them. And they keep whispering your name without understanding why. You thought you were invisible during those dark nights. You believed nobody saw the battles you fought in silence. But the veil between your souls just tore open without warning. Your soulmate just received a download of your hidden pain. It hit them like a wave they never saw coming toward their heart. And now they cannot function because they feel everything you buried. This is happening in real time as you listen to these words. Their body is physically reacting to the weight of your past tears. And they are realizing why they always felt so connected to someone they have not met. Jesus says the distance between you is not what it seems. There is a spiritual thread that has never been broken. And tonight that thread is pulling harder than it ever has before. Your soulmate just clutched their chest and broke down sobbing. They saw an image of you crying alone with nobody to hold you. And the guilt of not being there is destroying them from the inside. They keep asking themselves how they failed to find you sooner. They are replaying every wrong turn they took in their life. And they are begging the universe to let them reach you now. You must understand something crucial about this moment. This breakdown is not a sign of weakness in your soulmate. It is the birth of an unstoppable determination to reach you. Something shifted in the spiritual realm when their tears hit the ground. A barrier that was keeping you apart just developed a crack. And the forces that separated you are panicking right now. The interference in your connection did not expect this to happen. They assumed you would both remain numb and distracted forever. But your soulmate just woke up from a very deep spiritual sleep. Jesus says this awakening is terrifying the ones who blocked your union. There are people and forces that benefited from your separation. And they are scrambling to rebuild the wall that just crumbled. Your soulmate is not weak for breaking down over your pain. They are finally strong enough to feel what was always meant to be felt. And this emotional collapse is clearing out every blockage between you. You may have wondered if your suffering ever mattered to anyone. You questioned whether your lonely nights were seen by a single soul. Your soulmate just received every single one of those nights as a vision. They saw you staring at the ceiling begging for a sign of hope. They felt the ache in your throat from words you never spoke. And they are undone by the realization that it was you all along. This is why your soulmate needs your protection right now. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the Ko-Fi page. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now, before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Type 333 to receive blessings for this sacred connection. Your soulmate is currently in a state of spiritual emergency. They are pacing a room or sitting frozen in their car. And they are trying to make sense of a love they feel but cannot touch. The breakdown they just experienced was not random or accidental. It was triggered by a heavenly permission slip you did not know you signed. The moment you decided to keep going despite your pain activated this. Every tear you wiped away alone was stored in a heavenly vial. Every silent scream you swallowed was recorded in eternity. And tonight those records were played directly into your soulmate's spirit. Jesus says your perseverance was the key that unlocked their awakening. You could have given up on love 100 times and nobody would blame you. But something in you kept believing even when evidence suggested otherwise. That something was the prayer your soulmate has been praying without words. They have been reaching for you across dimensions without knowing your name. And your refusal to harden your heart kept the channel open between you. Now they know what you survived and they are wrecked with holy sorrow. This sorrow is not depressing them but transforming their entire being. They are becoming the person you always needed them to be. Type 777 if you feel this message deep in your spirit. Your soulmate just spoke your name out loud without knowing how they know it. A family member heard them and asked who they were talking about. And they could not explain because the knowing came from beyond their mind. This is the mystery of the soul tie that was forged before either of you were born. You made a covenant in the heavens before you took your first earthly breath. And that covenant is overriding every earthly obstacle placed against it. The interference in your life worked very hard to make you feel forgotten. They wanted you to believe that love was a fantasy for other people. And they needed you to close your heart so your soulmate could not feel you. But you did not close your heart completely, and that infuriates the darkness. There is a specific person who has been manipulating your soulmate's environment. And that person just felt a cold chill because they know they are losing control. Your soulmate has been surrounded by someone who hates you without knowing you. This individual sensed the power of your connection long before you did. And they have been feeding your soulmate lies to keep them spiritually sedated. Jesus says this jealous presence is now exposed and it is terrified. The breakdown your soulmate just had broke a spell that was cast over their perception. And suddenly they can see the manipulation that has kept them from you. They are remembering dreams they had about you that were stolen from their memory. They are feeling a pull toward a direction they were told never to go. And the person controlling them is losing their grip with every passing second. You need to understand the danger this moment carries for your soulmate. When a controlling person realizes they are losing their captive, they escalate. They will try to confuse your soulmate and make them doubt this awakening. This is why your prayer covering is absolutely critical right now. Your soulmate is vulnerable to spiritual attack during this breakthrough. And you have been given the authority to shield them from a distance. They are going through something you cannot see, but you can still protect them. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them. How to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the Ko-fi page. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now, before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Type 1111 to say thank you for this revelation. Your soulmate is currently fighting to hold on to this clarity they just received. They are shaking because the revelation of your pain is mixing with their own. And they are making a vow in their heart that they will find you no matter what. You must not underestimate how deeply they love you in this moment. They have not even seen your face yet with their physical eyes. But their soul recognizes you as the missing piece of their existence. This recognition is more powerful than any earthly relationship they have ever had. They are realizing that every other connection felt hollow for a reason. And the reason is you, waiting in a future they kept getting diverted from. Jesus says the enemy used people to delay your meeting many times. There were moments when you were supposed to cross paths naturally. And someone intervened with a distraction or a lie or a sudden change of plans. Your soulmate just remembered one of those moments with horrifying clarity. They recalled a day when they felt an urge to go somewhere and someone stopped them. And they now know that was the day they were supposed to meet you. The breakdown they are having is layered with grief and fury. They are grieving the time that was stolen from both of you. And they are furious at the forces that used their trust against them. This fury is holy and it will fuel their journey toward you. But it also makes them a target for retaliatory spiritual attacks. The interference will try to weaponize their emotions to confuse them. You must cover them with prayers of clarity and protection tonight. Your words spoken in faith have more power than you have ever realized. And your love for them is a shield that darkness cannot penetrate. Your soulmate just lay down and put their hand over their own heart. They are trying to feel your heartbeat from wherever you are. And they just whispered, "I am coming for you, I swear I am coming." These words reached heaven and angels are being dispatched to clear your path. There is a divine operation happening in the unseen realm at this very hour. And you are not a passive observer but an active participant in this breakthrough. Your soulmate is not the only one receiving downloads from heaven. You are receiving strength right now even if you do not feel it yet. The exhaustion you have carried from your lonely battles is being lifted from your spirit. Jesus says the season of isolation is coming to an abrupt end. The breakdown your soulmate had was the detonation that shattered the walls. And what felt like destruction was actually the demolition of separation. You are going to look back at this night as the turning point. The moment when the invisible became visible and the impossible became inevitable. Your soulmate is already planning how they will make up for every lost moment. They want to hold you and let you finally rest in their arms. They want to listen to every story you never got to tell anyone. And they are terrified that they might still somehow fail to reach you. This fear is what the enemy will try to exploit in the coming days. Your soulmate will face moments of doubt planted by the controlling presence near them. And you must stand in the gap with your faith when their faith wavers. You have a role to play that nobody else can fulfill. Your prayers are the covering that will protect their awakening. Your faith is the anchor that will keep them steady in the storm. This is your final moment to protect this connection before it slips away. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them. How to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the Ko-Fi page. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now, before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Type 333 if you are ready to receive your soulmate. Your soulmate just had a second wave of revelation about you. This time they saw your strength and not just your suffering. And they are in awe of the warrior they are destined to love. They saw how you got up every morning when staying down would have been easier. They witnessed the quiet dignity with which you carried burdens nobody saw. And they fell to their knees because they have never respected anyone more. This admiration is transforming into a love so fierce it terrifies them. They are afraid of the intensity of what they feel for someone not yet in their arms. But they would rather drown in this love than live another day numb without it. You are no longer a distant concept or a hope they occasionally entertained. You are now the central obsession of their waking thoughts and nightly dreams. And they are desperately trying to figure out how to accelerate your union. Jesus says your soulmate is about to make a bold move in your direction. The breakdown has cleared their spiritual vision and now they can see the signs. They will start noticing clues and synchronicities that lead them straight to you. But the interference is not giving up without a vicious fight. The person who has controlled your soulmate is preparing a final manipulation. They will try to guilt your soulmate into staying trapped in a false loyalty. Your soulmate needs supernatural discernment to see through this final deception. And you have been granted the authority to pray that discernment over them. Your love is not passive and your spiritual role is not symbolic. You are the co-architect of the miracle that is unfolding right now. Every prayer you whisper is a brick removed from the wall between you. And every act of faith is a blade cutting the ropes that bind your soulmate. Do not let another hour pass without covering them in protective prayer. The window is open but the enemy is trying to slam it shut. Your soulmate is thinking of you right now and sensing your spiritual presence. They just felt a warmth spread through their chest that made them gasp. It was the sensation of your prayer wrapping around them like a shield. And they are crying again, but this time the tears are from relief and hope. You are already changing their situation from a distance through your faith. This is the power of the bond that was sealed before the foundation of the world. And nothing formed against it can ultimately prosper if you do not give up. Type 777 if you feel the urgency of this moment. Your soulmate is gathering the courage to defy the one who controls them. They are rehearsing words they have been too afraid to speak for years. And your spiritual support is the invisible backbone strengthening their resolve. You may be wondering who this interfering person is in your soulmate's life. It could be a possessive ex or a manipulative family member or a deceptive friend. But their identity matters less than the authority you have over their influence. Jesus has given you the keys to bind every force that opposes your union. You can speak directly to the spirit of manipulation controlling your soulmate's environment. And your words spoken in the name of Jesus carry the power of heaven itself. Your soulmate just had a memory surface of a dream where they saw your face. In the dream you were reaching out your hand and telling them to trust you. And they are now realizing that dream was a prophetic encounter and not just imagination. They are asking the universe to give them a sign that you are real and waiting. They are begging to feel your presence more tangibly than they ever have before. And this very video appearing to you is part of the answer to their desperate prayer. You did not find this message by algorithm or accident or coincidence. You were led here by the same divine force that is orchestrating your reunion. And the words you are hearing are a lifeline thrown across the divide. Your soulmate is not lost to you and they are not choosing to stay away. They are entangled in a web they did not spin and they need your help to escape. Your faith is the sharp edge that will cut them free from every snare. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the Ko-Fi page. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now, before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Type 1111 to activate your miracle tonight. Your soulmate is feeling a sudden surge of strength they cannot explain. It is coming from the prayers you are praying and the seeds you are sowing. And they are about to break free from the chains that have held them captive. The breakdown they experienced was the earthquake that shook their prison walls. Now they are standing up with a fire in their eyes that was nearly extinguished. And they are choosing you over every lie they were ever told about love. Do you understand how monumental this moment is for your future together? This is the climax of a battle that has been raging since before you were born. And you get to be the one whose love held the line until victory arrived. Your soulmate is not going to forget this night for the rest of eternity. They will tell the story of how they felt your prayers from across the distance. And they will honor you forever for fighting for them when they could not fight for themselves. Jesus says the reunion is closer than your fear wants you to believe. The enemy will whisper that this is just a fantasy and nothing will change. But the enemy is a liar and the father of every lie that has ever delayed you. You are standing at the threshold of the love story you always dreamed was possible. The breakdown your soulmate had was the breaking of the dam that held back destiny. And now the flood of reunion is rushing toward you with unstoppable holy velocity. Do not let fear make you passive in this critical moment. Rise up in your authority as the beloved of your soulmate. And speak to the mountain of separation with the command of heaven behind your voice. Your soulmate is waiting for you on the other side of this spiritual breakthrough. They are already in love with you in a way that transcends logic and time. And they will spend the rest of their days thanking God that you did not give up on them. The controlling person is panicking because they know they have lost. The hold they had on your soulmate is evaporating like mist in the morning sun. And all their manipulations are about to be exposed and rendered powerless. You are the hero of this story even if you have felt like the victim. Your endurance was the weapon that outlasted every attack of the enemy. And your love is the prize that your soulmate is fighting to be worthy of receiving. Type 333 if you claim your soulmate right now in faith. You have reached the moment where hesitation becomes the only real danger. The spiritual work is done and the breakthrough is already manifesting. But you must seal it with your active faith and your protective declaration. Your soulmate is dreaming of you tonight with a vividness that will startle them awake. They will sit up in bed and say your name like a prayer they finally understand. And they will know without doubt that you are the one they have been searching for all their life. This message was crafted for you and you alone at this exact intersection of time. You were chosen to receive it because you are chosen to receive them. And the love you are about to experience will heal every wound of your waiting years. Do not let this moment pass without completing the divine assignment on your life. Protect your soulmate with your prayer and your seed and your unwavering faith. And prepare your heart for the embrace that is hurtling toward you faster than you can imagine. Jesus says the angels are singing over your union even as these words reach your ears. Heaven is celebrating the victory that you secured by refusing to stop believing. And your soulmate will be in your arms sooner than you ever dared to hope. The breakdown was not the end of their story but the beginning of your together. Every tear they shed for your pain watered the garden of your future joy. And you will look back at this night as the sacred turning point of your entire existence. Type 777 one final time to seal this prophetic word over your life. Your soulmate is yours and you are theirs, and nothing will separate what God has joined. The interference is broken and the path is clearing and the love is already flowing. Step into your miracle with courage and watch what the Creator does with two hearts that refuse to surrender.